And of course, it has everything to do with the NCBP scandal. I have my colleague Elvis Kosgei, who's joining us from Eldoret. Elvis, the last time we spoke, of course, we got to hear from the residents, just what they feel about this particular scandal, especially the farmers. But I also understand that you have a number of leaders that you want to also chime in into this conversation. Elvis, over to you.
Betty, any time from now, we're expecting a meeting at Tax Centre in Uasin Gishu where Silas Tiren, the Member of Parliament of Moiben, will be convening a meeting together with, I'm also told that Nandi Hills Member of Parliament Alfred Ketera and also the Senator of Uasin Gishu County, Professor Margaret Kamar. And I'm now joined by Silas Tiren, the Member of Parliament of Moiben, just to paint a picture of what happened yesterday. Remember, there were blame games on who should take responsibility on the plight the farmers have been undergoing in Rift Valley. And also they pointed an accusing finger on Tiren and also mentioned that he's one of the leaders who's maybe allegedly dragging the name of Deputy President William Ruto into the scandal.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Elvis. I'm surprised that they're saying I'm dragging the name, because the people who mentioned the Deputy President's name should tell us how come the Deputy President's name has been dragged there. Farmers are coming to us for their right. Farmers are asking, they've not been paid. In terms of they only paid people up to 700,000, anything above that, they've not been paid. Farmers still have their grain at the stores. They have maize at the stores. So they're asking, who do they go to? They've requested today to have a meeting, and we are going to meet at Tax Centre to address farmers' issues. And we also want to tell the Minister of Agriculture, Mwangi Kiunjuri. He stated very clearly, and I read yesterday's paper, that he said that there are some names he's going to mention today, the big fish. So it is not me, it is not us farmers, it is the minister who said that there are some leaders whose names will be named today. And he said there's also a very powerful person, from a very powerful PA to a very powerful person. So we are waiting for that, and we want to see those names. We want to see heads rolling. This is a Kenya that the only hope we have is the president. And we've told the president, come out clear. Come and help us, we are suffering. Farmers are complaining. I was seeing there's a list that came out. I asked kindly. The list that we saw are only members, or rather farmers from, traders and farmers from Uasin Gishu and Kisumu, and a few from Nakuru. What happened to the ones of Kitale? What happened to the ones of Moise Bridge? What happened to the ones of Webuye, Bungoma? Where is the list? So we want the minister to come out clean and give us a list of all the people who delivered maize to cereals, whether it is from Uganda, from Tanzania, from Mexico, or wherever. And then we also want the minister to come out and give us an audit of all the maize that came from Mexico, and give us the details of each miller and how many and the quantities that the millers were given. And then tell us what happened to the balance. We want to know, because I know there's even maize at Nairobi cereals from Mexico. We want to tell Kenyans that taxpayers' money was used for the zero-rated. The maize that came from Mexico was zero-rated. That means Kenyans suffered tax. And secondly, when it was subsidized for purposes of consumers to be able to get a price of 90 shillings per 2 kilos, that did not happen. If you remember, the price kept changing. The 90 kilos, they kept pushing them, the millers, to push the price to 90 kilos, and they kept pushing it back to 150. To date, millers have not bought maize. That was from last year around June or something. To date, they've not bought maize. They've been milling, and I suspect they've been milling maize from Mexico. So we want the minister to come out clean. We also want the PS, because he's the accounting officer in the Ministry of Agriculture, to tell us, because he's the one who has been paying. I was seeing a list of people here. You could see the list of names, and they were saying they're all traders. We have traders. It was so interesting. There are some traders who were paid within 2 weeks after they delivered. What criteria was used? There are people who have not been paid since December. Farmers have been making noise since December. I remember, and this is very interesting, Majority Leader Murkomen the other day, when we were having a Thanksgiving of the PS, Dr. Chris Kipto, he stated categorically that I kept lecturing the Deputy President on farmers' issues. And I told them, I am talking about that because I want farmers' issues to be addressed. What has happened? I saw him yesterday said he has not been paid for 400 bags he delivered since December. Was he not aware when he was saying that when we were at the Thanksgiving, that overnight now he realizes that even him, he has maize at cereal?
Okay. I understand that you're going to have a meeting. You're going to convene a meeting at Tax Centre together with Senator Margaret Kamar, and also I'm told Nandi Hills Member of Parliament Alfred Ketera. Why don't you convene one meeting where Uasin Gishu Governor Jackson Mandago is also enjoined, and Kapseret Member of Parliament Oscar Sudi?
They are all invited. They are leaders. And I remember somebody saying that we are making noise now. We've been having meetings all along, but some leaders are shedding crocodile tears. Where have they been? Why haven't they been coming to address farmers? I am on record that we even demonstrated before I went to Parliament, demonstrating on farmers' issue. I started dealing with farmers' issues since 1997 to date, and it has never been addressed. And that is why I requested to be a member of parliament, and I told my people, given the opportunity, I'll try and change. And that is why I'm struggling to change and improve the lives of the farmers. And that is what I'm doing. All leaders are welcome. We have not denied any leader to come. The same people who are having grievances now are the same voters who voted for the leaders. So if the leaders feel that when people are having grievances and they don't want to listen to them, then they should remember that 2022, they are the ones who are going to be voting for them.
Thank you very much. Betty, that was Silas Tiren, Member of Parliament of Moiben constituency. As I told you before, we're expecting a major meeting where 200 representative farmers from Uasin Gishu and the North region at large will be drawn, and also keeping an eye of what will be happening. Remember, Tiren has mentioned that this is a perennial challenge where Jubilee government has subjected farmer to this challenge and was doing less to address the plight. Back to you, Betty.
Elvis Kosgei, thank you for that. And of course, KTN News will be covering and of course focusing on that particular meeting that the leaders are scheduled to have with farmers in Eldoret. All right.